Hi guys, and welcome to Multivax FM. This is James speaking from Multivax and the Multivax at Home Hero Network initiative. Really nice to have you all here. Hopefully you're all doing well. This podcast is just an opportunity for us to get together and summarise all the stuff that we've been up to at the Multivax at Home Hero Network initiative. Quick update. We're funded now by Feast and Creative Kerno, which is amazing, and a big thank you to them. They're doing an amazing job with their Reignition Fund at the moment, trying to help artists respond in a way to the situation that we're in. Do let me know if the levels aren't quite right. Hopefully this has been streamed onto Facebook as well. And yeah, do drop us a message if you want to say hello. First off, who are Multivax? So, my name's James, I'm the director, and yeah, we're a performance company who try and respond to different things with lots of storytelling and theatre and podcasts. It's lovely to have you all here. The format of this podcast is meant to be that we're creating an online community, and this is kind of the summary of it, really. Each week we're going to be doing these broadcasts. Hopefully you guys can listen live, but they will be available for download from the Spreaker app and through SoundCloud and just about any other podcast company that you can think of, which is great. And we want to try and get the news out to as many people as possible. We just got some nice music playing in the background. This is an opportunity for you to just take a moment out of your Friday afternoon/evening, just like the activities that we've been putting out on social media. The Multivax at Home Hero Network initiative is set up to try and provide inspiration through imagination and storytelling. And just, if you're feeling a little bit anxious or a little bit scared or whatever feelings you're feeling right now, hopefully you can pick up one of our activities that we've shared and just spend a couple of minutes out of your day feeling productive because you've done something imaginative. So the format of this podcast is going to be that we're kind of going to listen to some music together. We're going to listen to some stories done through our GUS network, and that's the Galactic Storytelling Operator Assistance Service. You can get hold of us on this number. It's 07375 388 728. And it's through WhatsApp, so drop us a message on there. If you've got an internet connection, it's free, which is great. And send in any messages that you want, send in any creative story, or if you're in a band, send a song. It'd be really, really nice to hear as many people as possible sending in all of these exciting things to us, and then hopefully we will share them with the Multivax FM and the At Home Hero Network Initiative crew. And we're also going to be kind of giving a shout out to any small businesses that you guys suggest. We've got a couple that we want to start with today, but we really, really hope that you guys will send in any small businesses that you'd like to kind of help by sharing the good news about them at the moment, because it's really hard for them, obviously, with the closure. But we're going to try and avoid talking about the situation that we're in, because we all know it. So let's kick things off with something to make. Hopefully, this is a little bit random, hopefully while you're listening to these, I'm going to give you guys something to make or do while you're listening to this podcast each week. So tonight we're actually going to make a vinyl clock. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I make these anyway, but I thought it was a nice little thing to make together. So I will take some pictures and put them up on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter after this. But I'm going to make one kind of as we're going, which should be fun. So what you need is a pencil and an old vinyl, any size. And if you've got one to hand, one of the clock making kits, they kind of have a battery pack and a couple of arms. So let's see what vinyl I've picked up. It's Sunday Night Variety Special. It's got tracks on there like Happy Days Are Here Again, Powder Your Face with Sunshine, I'm Looking Over a Four-Leaf Clover. So it's kind of TV show anthems. So we're going to take the battery pack. Now you've got to be careful with these because they are quite fragile. Lay out all of the stuff that you need to first. And then what you're going to do is pop your pencil into the middle of the record where the hole is, where you kind of drop the record onto the vinyl player. And you're going to wiggle it around just to open it up a little bit. And unfortunately, you might wreck a pencil or two, but they do look really, really cool once they're up. And plus, don't worry, the pencil's still right. So, and then what you do is really easy, is you just gently screw in your battery pack, tighten up the front, and pop a battery in. Now do be careful, obviously, like I said, it can be a little bit tricky, but they make really nice gifts for people, and they look quite cool if you were to just make one for yourself and stick it up in your front room. So we're going to pop that aside just for now. And let's get on to the small business shout outs, because we're really, really excited about this. The first one is, and I hope they don't mind me doing this again, I gave them a shout out the other day, but it's On The Rocks in Truro. A couple of these are going to be Cornwall Truro based, just because that's where we are. These guys are absolutely amazing. Leah, Neil, Byron and George run a bar in Truro on the Rocks. Absolutely stunning little venue, great music. You can actually follow their playlist on Spotify. They have a real eclectic mix of music in there, which is a lot of fun, and it kind of gives you a really nice idea of the vibe in there. They make amazing cocktails. I can't also ignore the fact that they have Kevin the dog. If you go there at certain times, you'll be able to see him. He is a character, he is great. But we wanted to give them a big shout out at the minute, because obviously they've had to close. We cannot wait to see them again and go back there and get some of those really tasty cocktails. And also, they're just lovely people, and it's really nice to see them and have a chat. The second one is Emily's in Truro, an amazing cafe. They do some of the best coffee that I have tasted, and again, anyone who knows me, really, really love my coffee. They do some amazing treats, really, really good food. Again, such lovely people to go in, have a chat with, and they've got an amazing outside area as well. So unfortunately, not quite like today, but whilst the good weather's out, it's really, really good to go and see them. And they're, again, just a really, really awesome small business to go and see. If you're in Truro, go and visit them. And finally, we have Benton Music, and this is for Steph. She's a singing tutor, and she does some amazing, really, really, really amazing work with her students. We wanted to give her a shout out because she's offering an online course with her now to tutor you to sing. Obviously, it's really tricky with that kind of business to run that remotely, but she's doing such an amazing job of it so far. So we wanted to give her a shout out, and all of these pages we'll link in the description and share about. And we just wanted to give them a really big shout out. We cannot wait to see you guys again. It will be soon. So, like I said, if you have any small businesses that you want to give a shout out to on our broadcasts, message the Multivax page, drop me a message, and we will do our best to rack up. I've got a board so far of people who have also wanting a shout out, which is lovely. So with our kind of different aspects of the project, we've got the Galactic Storytelling Operator Assistance Service with Gus on that number that you can contact us at to kind of send in your creative works. We've got Multivax FM, which is what you're listening to right now. Really hope that you're enjoying it. We have the Mr. and Mrs. Bramble bedtime live broadcasts. They come out every Saturday at 7 o'clock, live on Facebook, and then available for download through different podcast apps in audio only form. But if you want to sit and watch the videos, then after the live broadcast, the videos are saved there. It's just something nice that we hope you are really, really enjoying. It seems to have done really well. We've got like over 4,500 views on the 3 videos combined that we've done over the last couple of weeks, which is absolutely amazing. We are so taken back by the response that we've got, which is really lovely. And we've been able to do a couple of extra things in there as well, which I'll get onto in a minute. But yeah, and then we've been setting these kind of different challenges through our social media channels to try and give people an opportunity, like I said, to do something a little bit different and a little bit imaginative with their time. But what we want to stress is that you don't feel tied to it. We would love to see all of your responses, and we've had some really great responses so far to some of the challenges that we've set. But they are there for you to just pick up if you want to feel like you're doing something that is the same as someone else. Just for a minute, to feel that connection, feel part of this community. And we hope that we warmly invite you to join the Multivax at Home Hero Network Initiative and just spend some time with us, kind of together with a bunch of other people, doing something that we hope will kind of kick boredom in the butt. So, I think what we should probably do now is listen to one of our amazing storytellers. Now, this one is from Anuba, the storyteller. She's from way out in India, and she was so kind enough. It was really, really kind of her to send this story in, and we're so excited to hear it and share it with you guys. So, what I'm going to do is just get a couple of things ready here, guys. And enjoy.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Hi there, and thank you for making it through to the GUS hotline, the Galactic Storytelling Operator Service. Please leave a message with your audibly enabled creative work, and we will endeavor to connect it to the next available GUS for review. Thank you again for choosing our Galactic Storytelling Operator Assistance Service as your chosen method of sharing. We hope you have a wonderful day.
And today I've got a really, really small story to think. So, let's begin. Once, there was a wise king who had 3 sons, and he was really wise, and he ruled his kingdom peacefully with a lot of care. Now, when the time came and he had to appoint a successor, he didn't believe in appointing someone just because the person was the eldest or his son. So, he called a lot of people and said that, I am going to nominate the next king, but I have a test for that. And everybody prepared that, he wants us to fight, maybe show our health, skills, fitness, everything. So a lot of people gathered in the court of the king. People from far away places said, this king's gone mad, he wants to choose commoners also. Great. So a lot of people who were tall, people who were intelligent, people who had great skills, they knew how to use bow and arrow, people who were great swordsmen, people who knew how to ride horses, all kinds of people came from across the kingdom. And he said, ready? So he gave them a test. He said, I am going to give a gold coin each. And there is an old palace. What you have to do is fill that palace with this one gold coin. Anything that you can, just using one gold coin. So a lot of people thought and said, forget it, let me just take my gold coin and leave. So a lot of people left. Some people said, oh, I can have a lavish meal. So they ate and wasted the gold coin. There was one person who said, the cheapest thing in the kingdom is the garbage. So he bought a lot of garbage with one gold coin and filled the palace with garbage. Now amongst them was a young girl. She was wise and witty and used her brains. She thought and thought and thought. And she went out to the market and she bought loads and loads and loads of candles. And she put the candles at different places in the palace. And she lit them up. And the palace was filled with light. And when the king saw that, he knew he has found a worthy successor. And he appointed that young girl to take care of the kingdom after him. And that was the story. Yes. What do you think about it? Think about it. That if we think maybe positively, even with limited resources, we can bring about a change. Even with limited resources, if we have our heart in the right place, because it's the heart that is most important. We can do anything if we use our brains and our heart together. So in this time of, when there's a dearth of resources, there are so many people who do not have food to eat. I'm sure a lot of us who have enough resources can spare some. And even if we have little, we can make the best possible use of our limited resources in the times that we are in. And we can still enjoy a beautiful meal with our family and be happy because we are home, we are healthy, we are with family, and we are happy. Thank you. That was my story for today. If you liked it, do let me know and tell Anuba the storyteller, and she's going to be back with yet another story for all of you. Bye.
And there we are, guys. Massive thank you to Anuba for telling us that story. We absolutely loved it. That was brilliant. And we're, I can put the description of her page and a link to it in the description for this so that you can go and check out her other stories. We're really, really hoping that we're going to get another one from her really, really soon. So, one thing that I did forget to say at the beginning of this is each episode we're going to try and raise a little bit of money for charity. Today we're raising money for Age UK and their amazing volunteers who are going out and helping people who are not as easy to get to at the moment, especially now, but they do such amazing work. So we'll put the Facebook post that we're raising money on in the description and hopefully link it out to you guys. And even if it's just £1 or £2 and you can donate, that would be absolutely amazing. And we're going to try and change it up a little bit each time as to who we're raising money for. So, one of the aspects and one of the challenges that we actually set this week is write a letter to anyone. Now, the idea is that hopefully we're going to move on with another step of our project. Where we are going to try and get out also to those people, obviously safely, and help those people who are not as well connected online feel part of the network as well. So, one idea that we had was try and write a letter to anyone, and hopefully you'll gain a pen pal. So, slightly differently, but it can be anything that you like. We actually wrote to the Easter Bunny. So obviously last weekend was Easter. We had plenty of chocolate. I hope you guys did too. But there were some kids obviously who may not have had as much this year, or any, because it was really difficult to go out and get those eggs. And the Easter Bunny was having obviously a little bit of a tricky time. And Mr. Bramble actually told me that he'd received a letter, or a bunch of letters, for loads of kids, and he's tried his best to get all of them out there. And I wanted to just share you the letter itself as a little taster of the kind of act of kindness that we're hoping will come through these letters, because we had some responses from kids and they really thanked Mr. Bramble and the Easter Bunny for thinking about them at this time. So here it goes. I just wanted to send you this note via Mr. Bramble to wish you all a very happy Easter. I hear you've been very good, and I really hope that you enjoyed the treats I left you. You're very lucky, as I've been extremely busy this year, what with everyone being at home, and a lot of my helper bunnies being exhausted from all the hopping about we've had to do. It's very important, especially at the moment, that you continue the good work you have been doing, of being kind, caring and imaginative. Please keep up the good work, and I will try my best to get the final eggs to people today. Have a brilliant Easter weekend, and I'll see you again next year. Lots of love, the Easter Bunny. So as I said, obviously that challenge about write a letter to anyone, you know, it's about trying to send a note to say that someone is thinking about someone. Even if it's just a slice of what your day looks like, hopefully that will bring a smile to someone's face who needs it right now. So that's one of the challenges that I'd like to set you guys this week. And if you want a hand distributing them, because obviously we have to do this as safely as possible, please do email them over to Multivax, that's MULTIVAX, @outlook.com, and we will do our best to get your letter to anyone to a stranger. Great. So we're getting through this. I hope you guys are okay. I hope the stream's okay and the levels and everything like that. We kind of are thinking about lots of different ways to bring activities to you guys, and we really hope that you're enjoying them. But also we'd really love to hear from you about your ideas for activities. Please do feel like it's an open community whereby we can share all of these ideas and the creativity that we can bring. So, we're kind of going to tie things up now. We hope that you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more info on our social media channels. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. There's our website as well. I've got to do a load of updating to that because everything else has kind of been eating up my time. But it's been really fun, and I've really enjoyed it. And I really am looking forward to speaking to you guys, hopefully every week, like this. Even if it's just a moment to stop and think and reflect, or, you know, just to listen to what I hope is some really cool music for you guys. I've really enjoyed it. I've got my headphones on listening to this whilst I'm broadcasting, and I just thought it was nice. It's some music that I quite enjoy. All of the information for that will be below as well, so you can have a little look. They're all royalty free, so a big thank you to those artists for letting us use that music. So stay tuned tomorrow. Like I said, every Saturday at 7 we do Mr. and Mrs. Bramble Bedtime Stories, live on Facebook, available for download, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify. It's even on there. It's on Apple Podcasts. If you don't want to watch the video, you can download it there to listen to the audio, much kind of in the same vein that you're listening now. And one final thing that I want to leave you guys with is to really remember that being isolated at the moment doesn't mean that you have to be busy all the time. Enjoy the quiet moments, really take in those points where you feel like you don't want to do anything, and recognize them. And just if you're lucky enough to be with someone like I am through isolation, and she's great because she's gone along with my madness about creating this network, then talk to that person about how you're feeling during this time. And if you're not with someone directly at the moment in the place that you're isolated in, then you are more than welcome to talk to us, and we will continue to bring you all of these activities, and hopefully it's a good thing for you guys. It's an amazing thing for us. We've really enjoyed this so far, so let's keep up the network, and please do spread it around as much as possible as well. It'd be great to get as many people from different places involved in this, and as many ideas as possible. So remember, isolation doesn't mean be busy all the time. And we're going to try and end this with, something to remember whilst we're going through what we're going through. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and we will see you again super soon. All right.